Oh, good God.
Are we in like a 1986
That's what it is.
shock
That's for
movie?
real.
I mean, are you auditioning for the next version of Three Men and a Baby? You've got like the Magnum PI stash over there.
Oh, you guys. Poor Marshall. Man, that didn't take him very long to grow, though. It was like there, like that. It's like a caterpillar. It's going to fly away. Well, you guys, thanks for joining. I know this was pretty last minute. I just kind of threw it out there, but it's one in a series of seminars that we're putting together for CalPERS for our online and corporate wellness package. Right now, it's really timely to feel into where we're at right now with all the changes. I think last week, a lot of people were in shock and trying to figure out what they should do, and there was a bit of confusion. And then this week, we're really settling into being at home, different lifestyle pace, or really busy with not a whole lot at home, or trying to figure out how to work from home, and the anxiety is setting in. So today I wanted to put out an immunity health seminar just to talk about things that we can do while we're at home and or at work, or some sort of altered lifestyle at this moment, to take care of our immune system. And all of you know me pretty well on this call so far, but if you don't know me, I'm Rochelle Dardano. I look at all resources, not just what's in our standard TV and media networks, but also in other realms of information that is available to all of us on the internet. And I'm very much into energy work and energy medicine, and how the human body and works in synergy with our planet and with all of our surroundings. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. It might be a little edgy for you, but try to see if you can stick with me, if you can. So with that, just a little formatting. Feel free to ask questions as I go through. This is a small group for now. If you have questions as I go through slides, feel free to interject and ask. And then if you have other questions you want to follow up with me later, I'm glad to answer any questions that you might have. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and switch us to the slideshow presentation. All right. Can you all see the slideshow on your computer?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Let's see if I can get it to start from the beginning. Okay, and we're done.
Beautiful slides.
Thank you. All right, so like I said, we're talking about boosting immunity. Stress actually has more impact on our immune system than just about anything else. I'm talking about the nutrition that you're eating, what you're doing with your time, but stress can really hamper down our immune system and not allow us to fight off any invaders that might happen in our experience. So I want to talk to you about several things. First, we're going to talk about rest and restoration of our systems and our body, grounding. And we're going to give quite a few nutrition recipes for juicing to help you to clear and then also about a body chemical cleanup so that your body can function more efficiently while you're, making changes right now. So I want to begin with a moment of gratitude. And right now we really truly are being separated. There's this worldwide shut-in, but we are stronger together. So as we lean into stress reduction at this time so that we can have the courage to continue to do what we need to do to help support ourselves, our families, our lives, and our community, I want to just call to remind you to take a big, deep breath. That fear, it suppresses the immune system. There's an old acronym I love that fear is false evidence appearing real. And really, this is a true epidemic. I understand that there's a lot of people getting sick, and there are things that you can do to help inspire yourself to stay well. So this whole presentation is really created to give you and inspire you, and that this too shall pass. So we want to start with the basics. We're going to start at the end of your day. If you're like me, or how I used to be, I used to work all hours of the day and night. It didn't matter. I had a job to get done. I had things I needed to do. And I put myself last. So I always would do my 10-hour day at work. Then I would come home and clean. And then I would come home and cook and then clean and then, read to the kids or be with the kids. And then I would have a nice glass of wine or two and try to go to sleep, and just to turn around and start the whole day over again. And that's really not a system designed for sustainability. And I think women are really, really hard on each other, on ourselves, in trying to be perfect mom, perfect worker and developer of systems, perfect housekeeper. And there's just an expectation that it contributes to our overall anxiety and can affect our sleep and our sleep patterns. So I know people say you should get your 8 hours of sleep, but really it's all about circadian rhythms. It's about getting back in alignment with nature and getting back in alignment with our own biorhythms of our body so that we have enough time for our brain to detox. And when we get into that deep sleep, that's when our bodies actually get rid of the old dead cells and build new cells. And this all happens on a bone marrow level. There's lots of biology that I could go into, but I'm not going to do that for this presentation. But that glycophagic system, it's really designed, that sleep is to clear out those toxins. And it's one of the main reasons why insomnia is actually linked to so many chronic diseases. When you don't sleep, your body can't get rid of the extra toxins and you become more and more anxious, and that's when mental health issues, depression, and physical illness actually does occur. So let's go into some tips for sleeping. The first is to eliminate the electromagnetic frequencies from your bedroom. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is how many of us go to bed and the last thing we look at is our cell phone. And we look at who's emailed, Facebook, one last post, you want to read, who else liked you or something. And then we put the phone by our beds on the charger. Well, there are many, many studies that are out there that say that these are putting off wave pulsations of the Wi-Fi very quickly, and that those disturb our electrical impulses to go to sleep and get into that deep rest. So my first recommendations with getting more sleep or helping yourself to get more sleep is to go ahead and turn this on to airplane mode if you can. You can still use the alarm function that way, or to go ahead and turn the whole thing off and then put it away from your bedroom, outside your bedroom. And if you have a Wi-Fi that's going all the time in the house, it is a very strong recommendation of mine to go ahead and turn that Wi-Fi off, because that is permeating through your walls and through your household and disturbing everyone who's trying to sleep, especially children. And I'm not a huge fan if you have small kids, and I know nobody in this group does, but just in case you do hear the recording of this, those little monitors that go in the baby's room that tells you whether or not they're waking up, those are also emitting those strong frequencies and can contribute to waking people up, or children up, and having other issues go on. So you want to see if you can not use those if you can. Second tip is to make your room as cool. We actually sleep better in a colder room. So if we make our room very actually the optimal sleep temperature is 63 degrees. That seems pretty low to me. I've slept at 63 and I actually do sleep a lot better, and it's snuggy down in the covers, which is really nice, as long as you have enough covers. And those heavy weighted blankets also can help calm your nervous system. Some people enjoy those as well. So 63, but definitely below 68 to get a good night's sleep. So that room temperature is very important. The last tip I'll talk to you about with the bedroom setup is to have it as dark as possible. So any of the electronic lights put off a blue light that it goes into our eye, the irises of our eyes, and actually tells our brain that it's daylight and to turn on. And so before lights, which really, if you think about it, wasn't that long ago, we would get up with the sunrise and go to bed with the sunset, and or the only lighting that we had was a candle or fire of some sort. Those lights are red, our eyes don't register as blue, and we can still get to sleep when it's a lighter, dim light. So if you can, try to avoid as many electronics, TV, regular even light switches as much as possible, up to 2 hours before you start to go to bed, at least an hour before you go to bed if you can, just to turn off those lights so that you can actually get into a bigger, deeper sleep. And that includes, lights from the windows. If you can get room darkening, curtains and that sort of thing, it'll be a lot better. Okay, so it's a very important topic. I know I spent a lot of time on that. The circadian rhythms are super important to go along with it, but this is a big deal, really big deal, I think, for a lot of Americans, is getting enough sleep. So reducing the EMF exposures in the bedroom is the first thing. We are being overstimulated. Think about your cell phone, the computers, the lights, everything that's going on. Just go ahead and turn those all off if you can. Now that brings us to the second thing, to reduce anxiety and to help your body to stay calm and balanced. There's some things out there that are called earthing and grounding. And I get some confusing questions about those from time to time. So I don't know, how many people are forest people? They love to go to the forest and go camping. I'm a forest girl. And how many people love the ocean and the beach and the sand? Yes.
I do.
Yeah, I think there's usually, some people like the both, but there's usually a preference to one or the other. It's kind of funny. But the reality of it is it's therapeutic. There's such a thing, and they've done studies on foresting. So actually going out in a forest and going for a walk will reduce people's anxiety as well as their blood pressure. Now, this isn't the same as just going for a walk in a city. We're actually being out in the trees with the pines, with the other things around, that actually reduces our anxiety and helps us to earth or get back in connection with the circadian rhythms of the planet and reduce our anxiety. The same with the beach. The sand actually has a negative polarity to it. It actually draws out the positive built up charge that is sometimes accumulated in our human form when we're not exposed to nature enough, and creates that loop of energy that gets stuck in, we call it anxiety. The difference between, that's called earthing, when you're actually walking on the earth. When we're grounding, it's a different subject altogether. Grounding is actually having a negative or a neutral tie, usually with a rod of some sort, like tied to our bed or where we're sleeping. And grounding is a little bit different. It's actually working on the DNA level. But I just wanted to mention it. There's if you'd like more information on grounding or earthing, I can send that to you. But basically get outside. 20-minute walk does a body good. Now, what else does a body good? Movement is good. Now, I want to explain right today that high intensity 1 hour workout is not as effective in supporting the immune system as low intensity stretching, yoga, and meditation at this time. If you're in a high anxious state and you want to help yourself to calm and just be with your body. So things like meditation, things like short bursts of energy like dancing, those all can help to get your body to move and to stretch and be limber and work out some of the, aches and pains. But the high intensity exercises you want to leave for when you're not as in a stressful environment or time period. What the studies are showing is that the low intensity exercises, you can do those very short, even just a song of movement, but multiple times throughout the day in short bursts, and then longer bursts of those sessions of stretching and or meditation 2 to 3 times a day is very helpful. All right, so that leads us to foods, because everybody wants to know how we can boost our immunity, and I think that really does lend to nutrition. which is so lacking in our society nowadays with all the fast food and everything. But I do want to address that food contains information to our genes. It's not just calories in, calories out, like we thought a few decades ago. And it's not just about what goes in, it's also about how we can eliminate and get rid of what we no longer need. So I want to talk a little bit about fiber here. Fiber supports our gut. It does a little sweep. It helps clear out our livers and our kidneys, and that all supports immune health. So pay attention to your poop. It makes a difference. I'm just going to briefly talk too about water. Having enough water when you're eating fiber-rich foods is super important. And the standard drink 8 glasses of water that we used to all be told, or half your body weight in ounces, isn't necessarily true for all of us. So a trick to finding out if you have enough water to process all that fiber to help your kidneys and liver clear out is to just look at your pee. You want it to look very, very clear and or lightly yellow, not any deep, deep yellow or with foam on the top. I know I'm getting into little details, but it's time to pay attention to our bodies and pay attention to these cycles, because it can tell you a lot about and remind you to drink more water and or, oh yeah, I'm doing pretty good. So the last point about fiber and elimination is that sleep is vitally important to that process. So it doesn't just complete the chain to just eat fiber if you're not sleeping. There might be, that chain isn't, or that loop isn't complete. So both are important. Okay, so hot topic right now, right? Supportive foods for the immunity. For immunity, I really, you can't discuss or talk more about green juicing, just juicing. Vegetable juice, it's full of chlorophyll. Berries help to boost phytonutrients and antioxidants. There are a lot of discussions in the offline group talks and medical processes for helping to boost immunity right now with Corona, and this is around vitamin C. High doses of vitamin C, and then drinking hot lemon water 2 or 3 times a day. This virus doesn't seem to be able to survive in warm or heat, and it harbors in your throat first, so that heat will help to clear that out. So that will also help with phase 1 and phase 2. Those are the first parts of liver detoxification, and the lemon will also help. That's a supplement you can get. Now, if you're into organ meat, liver and sourced from grass-fed cattle can be very, very nutriently dense and help support your immune system as well. Now, I'm a big fan of fermented foods like kombucha and not kimchi, because I'm not a hot person, but a lot of people enjoy kimchi. And they help bind to heavy metals and pesticides. And those are all super important to help clear the liver and clear heavy metals from all over where it's being stored, mostly in the brain. So if you have any memory issues and or I forgot my keys, that might be helpful to integrate some more fermented foods into your diet. Main supplements for clearing or doing liver cleanse. We'll talk about that at another seminar, doing a 7-day liver cleanse for you guys. But dandelion, rosemary, turmeric, milk thistle, artichoke, they all promote immunity health through clearing the liver. All right, so I'm just going to touch really quickly on the importance of reducing your blood sugar levels that are artificial. Things like fruit usually are good for people in small amounts, and I coach around eating seasonally. So right now we're in the springtime where we would see a lot of berries. Soon we'll be getting into watermelon and summer foods. Those are all designed to help clear out the winter sludge as we're eating more heavier foods during the winter months, like root vegetables. So I'm going to keep in alignment with that. Anything that's in season right now, fruit-wise, would be a nice source for sugars. Radishes actually act as a sugar in the balance and will help with reducing of sugar craving. So if you like red radishes, they're great with peanut butter. I know it sounds weird, but it's super delicious, and they can help support your immune system too. But you want to try to stay away from those sugars as much as possible. There's also some research right now, and has been for a while, for increasing the need for zinc. So beef, legumes, nuts, eggs, and beans, those are all very rich in zinc and can help boost your immune system. I'm more of a fan of getting those in foods as opposed to a supplement, but I know that there are a lot of supplements that are out there that are available if you don't want to research those or don't have time. Now, antioxidants in spices. You know, most people just think about spices as flavor, which is true, but they also are fantastic at destroying free radicals and protecting the cellular structure of the tissue and increasing immunity. Some really basic ones: cayenne pepper and lemon juice blended together with a little honey and a juice mix. It tastes like lemonade, but it actually will help clear out. Turmeric tea is a hot elixir that's very nice for anti-inflammatory with a little cinnamon. Garlic and ginger oftentimes we don't think of those as spices, but super delicious. Best in their raw form. So garlic and ginger tea, actually quite lovely. Okay, whose dog? We're gonna...
Sorry, guys.
Aw, it's a dog. So that leaves me to prebiotic fiber. You know, I'm a big fruits and vegetable fan, so lots of fresh vegetables, carrots, beans, artichokes. Right now, they're actually recommending hot cooked foods, not so much cold foods, except for the juicing. But these can be added into any of your meals for that prebiotic. That's the digestive juices to help the body's immune system to expand in the digestive tract. And of course, probiotic foods. So yogurt, kefir, kombucha, a little apple cider vinegar. Some people like buttermilk and fermented vegetables. This will all help your gut biome and make that a critical addition to your digestive system, which your immune system is about 75% in your digestive tract. All right, so I'm going to focus primarily on garlic. I know this is pretty basic. It's antimicrobial. It's an immune booster. Its heat is deactivates the active ingredient. So you want to eat this as raw as much as possible. I like to just throw it in a salad or salad dressing to kind of keep it raw as much as possible. But garlic on a regular basis is delicious. All right, so there are many herbicides and pesticides in your food. Food and Drug Administration published its last pesticide residues and fruits and vegetables and what we're putting on our plate. It's contributing to autoimmune disease, illness, reproductive problems. And so I'm gonna just do a real quick plug for trying to keep your nutrients as clean as possible. If you can eat organic, there is ample supply here in Northern California. And so if you can eat as much organic as possible, it actually can definitely help with digestion and immune system. Okay, avoid tobacco smoke, especially right now. The coronavirus does harbor right here in your throat for 3 or 4 days. Smoke will produce that phlegm and catch it. And so what the hot liquids are actually doing is rinsing that out and helping to destroy the bacteria or the virus. So avoiding smoke will help with that process. It's also, it likes dry environment, so it'll not wet, so the tobacco dries out your throat. So you want to avoid tobacco smoke as much as possible. And of course, drinking less alcohol. This excessive alcohol, it impairs the immune system and it increases vulnerability for lung infections. So if you can reduce your amount of alcohol, that would be very beneficial. We have pictured here nice flavored water with some fresh mint. All right, so now I'm adding in a few juicing recipes for your pleasure. I'm not going to read off to these for you, but tomatoes are actually very clearing. There's a tomato carrot juice here. It's quite simple. I wanted to add in some ingredients that would be good for both juicing and blending. So this is one that's good for both. And I also want to try to stick to as few ingredients as possible. As you know, going to the grocery store, it's becoming less and less available, right? So tomato carrot juice, it really boosts your immune system, but it also wakes you up and gives you lots of energy. Quite sweet. Here's another delicious drink with ginger and garlic with 2 chopped fresh beets in there. You're gonna want a really good blender for this. Those beets do take a little bit of blending to get to go. And this, I added in an extra boost of horseradish, if you like that. So that's gonna kick it up a notch with heat. So you've got orange and lemon, you've got the garlic, you've got ginger roots, but then it's sweetened up by those beets and apples. So you get a little bit of sweet and savory and spicy, all the things to satisfy all of our taste buds. And it's good for you too. It's a beautiful one to share. The last one is one that, you know, watermelon isn't quite in season yet. It might not have too much flavor, but that's why we put in the mint and the lemon, and then the chia seeds give it some substance. So this is a really nice one to blend ahead of time, and you can refrigerate it because you want to make sure that those chia seeds have enough time to soak up. This is also one that you'll want to try to chew. I know that sounds weird, it's a juice, but those chia seeds, they don't break down, and trust me, I've seen plenty of them go right through my colonic tube hole. So although that's nice for a sweep, we want to try to get those nutrients out into our systems, not just through our system. And so if you can do this one, it'll be very, very delicious, and I'm sure it'll be one of your favorites if you try it. All right, my favorite, I do this one quite often. It's the classic green juice. So we've got celery and spinach in there, parsley, dandelion, watercress. Now, feel free to modify these. If you don't have watercress leaves at the store, throw in some parsley if you want, more parsley, or throw in a little bit of kale, or a little bit of, you know, iceberg even if you wanted, just something green, and just to add a little substance to it. This is really delicious. I love the cucumber, nice and crisp, very light, and feel comfortable with playing around with the recipes. You can always add just a little tab of honey if it's not quite sweet enough. And then you can always add more water if it's too intense for you. So my recommendation, if you haven't juiced before, or you're just wanting to get back into it again, start off with the sweeter formulas and then work your way to those classic greens. And then by the 3rd day of the classic greens, your bodies and your taste buds will actually shift, and you'll start craving them, and they'll start to get sweeter and sweeter. Even if you don't modify the recipe, your taste buds will shift. So in summary for today, want to try to just do your best for calming your mind, get real sleep by eliminating those annoying distractions to your brain so that you can actually allow yourself to unplug a little bit. This is a time when we can actually allow ourselves to refuel, to allow ourselves to play with our kids, to color with them. If you don't have the kids at home, it's a time to go for walks and cook your meals, do those projects that you haven't got to. This will pass. It might not ever be the same again. We don't know. But what we do know is that change is ever constant, and it's one thing that we can truly count on, right? And by staying together and continuing to have groups like this, we can stay connected to one another even though we're separated. All right. Think of energy, frequency, and vibration. I'm going to give you a couple of tips too and show you some of my tools that I use for grounding if you want, on that note. So we're electrical beings, and vibrational, we're magnetic, and this is a stainless steel spoon. And this is going to sound really strange, but if you don't have time or you can't get outside for whatever reason, and you're feeling anxious, especially right before bed, what you can do is take it has to be a stainless steel spoon. It can't be nickel or anything else. It has to be stainless steel. It actually has a magnetic property to the polarities in our body. So if you take that spoon and you just run it across your hands, or you run it across, you have to take off your socks. I'm going to take off my socks. Don't pay attention to my dirty feet. You rub it across the bottoms of your feet 2 or 3 times. You're going to actually feel like you just went out and grounded. And then you take the back of that spoon and you can run it across the back of your neck like this a few times, and then have someone even help you to rub it all the way down your back, down your spine. That's going to help, again, rebalance those magnetic polarities that run through your antenna, which is your spine, to help energy to flow better. And most energy goes to your hands and your feet. So those are why you do your hands and your feet. So just a common spoon. That would be the thing I would put by my bed if you're having trouble with sleeping. Another couple of tools that I use, these are Biosonic. These are tuning forks. They're inward tuning forks. They do a vibration. They basically do a frequency to help our bodies to let us know to calm. It's the same vibration of the frequencies of the earth. And you can place these on various parts of your body to help calm. They're very inexpensive. You can take them anywhere. So if you are still going to the office and you're feeling everybody else's vibration and just making you anxious right now, you can have these as your toolbox. Mine actually have crystals on the bottoms of them, but you don't have to have that, but the InBody helps a lot. The last thing I'm going to talk about is really a tool that, this is shungite. These are shungite balls. Shungite is only available from Russia. It is a great conductor of energy, but it absorbs and rebalances. Oftentimes, if we have stuck energy, it's from our left side is where energy comes into our bodies. So you'd want to hold that shungite in your left side of your body and allow that to balance out. You can also, this is attached to my device. It's a pulse electromagnetic frequency and biofeedback device. So I use it as therapy. I'm just going to show that to you. So shungite is inexpensive. If you can get it shipped to you right now, I was trying to get some more to grid my computers and things here at the house. And I wasn't able to get them shipped yet, but you might be able to find out if you have some. Go grab it out of your closet. So, do we have any questions about boosting your immunity? All right. Well, thank you all for joining me. Hang tight, through this whole thing. Hi, Patty.
Hi,
Good to see you.
nice to see you. Thank
Thanks.
you. That
You're
was
welcome.
helpful.
I'm glad.
Yeah,
I'm glad.
thank you.
I'm going to try to do this about every week, the new topic each week.
Okay.
Yeah, it was great. I loved all the juice recipes, and you're just really such a wonderful educator, Rochelle. Thanks for putting this presentation together for us.
No problem at all. Thanks for showing up tonight on date night with Rochelle.
Thank you, Rochelle.
Thank you.
Can you share those recipes? Because I don't know how to get them off this.
Oh, that's a good point. Thanks, Patty. Let's see. You know what I could do? I could do a couple of things. I know just about, Susan, I don't know if I have your email, but I have anybody else who wants it, just put your email in the comment section. Do you know how to do that?
I'm learning this still.
Okay, so let me
Where's
open
the
up.
comment?
There's a chat button at the very bottom of the screen.
But where's comment? See, I'm on my phone.
Patty, I'll email it to you.
Okay, yeah, I don't see. I think because I'm on my phone.
I think it's actually in the chat.
What's
Says
that?
chat.
Yeah.
I don't even see that. Let me see if I can swipe a little more. I know I'm still learning. In fact, my toe.
Oops. See you later. I'm still figuring, I haven't used this in a while, so that's why I wanted to do dry run tonight. I've been practicing, but you never know what's coming up, right? Let me see.
Yeah, I know we're practicing with my team, and I'm like, Zoom is sure created a great tool here.
Yeah, I'm doing CalPERS on Monday via Zoom. So what I'll do is I will email each of you with
Thank you.
recipes, and if you want a copy of the recording, I can do that too, or the presentation.
Great.
Mhm.
Cool.
Oh, chats, here it is. I found it.
You found it. Good.
Okay, so I just put my email in there. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I found it. Yay. Oh, it went to everybody.
That's okay. I'll take care of it.
Okay. Thank
All right.
you. Oh my God. Okay. I just have to, yeah, play with this.
How's everybody doing out there? Patty, are you working from home?
Oh yeah, going crazy. It's fine. I've been taking a lot of walks and getting out there running, social distancing running with this, a friend here or there.
Good.
But yeah, it's just a little, it's just crazy. I felt some major anxiety and it's been tough, but it'll be very interesting what you said. I think we're in an entirely new paradigm.
Yep. Yep. We just have to adapt and change and everything will be okay.
Yep,
Yep.
absolutely. Eat
Well,
well.
I'll send you, I'm not sure when you jumped in. I know you missed the first couple of slides. There's lots of
Yeah, sorry, I was trying to figure something out with my computer. I'm trying to
No.
order a cable and there's nothing available.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay. I just want to make sure you look at it because there were some tips on sleep and
Yes.
protecting your sleep environment and reducing anxiety.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I
Okay.
need to go out. I need to leave now, but thank you. Nice. Hi, everybody. Bye. Have a good night.
Much love.
Thank you. You too. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Rochelle. I'm gonna log off.
Thanks, John. Bye.
Later.
Bye, Don.
Hi, John. Bye, John.
Oh,
Is that everybody?
we're
Is it just
recording.
us three?
Yeah, just us.
We're recording still.
I know. Oh, let me stop recording.